Good evening, everybody. Dear Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rudra. It's a true pleasure for me to welcome you this World Human Sciences and Management Conference 2021, organized by Center for ADIVASI Research and Development, Odisha, in association with Indian Institute of Management, Sambalpur, and Central University of Odisha, Koraput. The broader theme of this conference is AGNOTOLOGICAL context, disciplinary practices of social sciences, and policy frames. On behalf of Center for ADIVASI Research and Development, I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Professor Mahadev Joyaswal, Director, Indian Institute of Management, and Professor I. Ramabrahmam, respected Vice Chancellor, Central University of Odisha, and Professor S.K. Pali, Dean Biodiversity, Central University of Odisha. The convener of this August conference, an eminent historian, Professor Chandi Prasad Nanda, and eminent policy activist, writer, and philanthropist, Mr. Charudat Panigrahi. Friends, this evening is going to very mesmerizing and thought-provoking for all of us, because we have with us Professor Beatriz Lucia Salvador Bizotto. Professor Bizotto is a postdoctoral student at the University of Aveiro, Portugal. She did her PhD in administration from the University of Caxias, do Master in Business Administration from the University of Caxias, do Sul, and specialization in controllership of University of Caxias do Sul, and graduated in accounting sciences. Professor Bizotto is also a judicial expert at University Centro, Unifacvest SC, Brazil. Now, Professor Bizotto working as a teacher, and she has international research project, applied social sciences, spirituality between Brazil, Pakistan, and India, governance and entrepreneurship, national and international journal reviewer, and editor of Prof magazine, international book co-author and national book author and book chapters, and a conference speaker and online conference organizer, and also a coordinator of global education leaders in Brazil and member of FAI India. We are cordially and wholeheartedly welcome you, Professor Dr. Bizotto, to the World Human Sciences and Management Conference 2020. And in today's session, Professor Beatriz Bizotto will speak on entrepreneurial mind and challenges. Thank you, Professor Bizotto, for joining us from Brazil. Over to you.
Good morning from Brazil. Good evening for you. Thank you for your kind words. I would like to say that it's a pleasure and an honor to be here today. I would like to thank Director Bikran Keshoni Jena, I don't know if I pronounced it right, okay, and the World Human Science and Management Conference for the invitation. So it's always gratifying to share knowledge. Thank you very much. Can I share my PPT with you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, please.
Is it visible for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So let's start. Today I'm going to talk about entrepreneurial mind and challenges. I am Professor Dr. Beatriz Lucia Salvador Bizotto from Brazil. An entrepreneurial mindset. What are the 5 challenges faced by entrepreneurs? That's what we are going to discuss here. An entrepreneurial mindset is a set of skills that enable people to identify and make the most of opportunities, overcome and learn from setbacks, and succeed in a variety of settings. What are the 5 challenges faced by entrepreneurs? Cash flow management, time management, hiring of employees, choosing the product, delegation of tasks. Entrepreneurial behavior is a preference for innovation and the change in existing institutions and the status quo. It can be as simple as the willingness to buy a new electronic gadget, or as involved as rebelling against the existing political regime and starting a new nation. All right, exclusive, identification and evaluation of the opportunity. First on the market, development of the business plan. Tested, determination and evaluation of resource and requirements. Authentic, resource requirements again. The entrepreneurial process has 4 distinct phases that are these 4 ones that I have told you. Use it to describe, entrepreneurial mind is used to describe someone who makes money by starting their own business, especially when this involves seeing a new opportunity and taking risks. Students use their entrepreneurial skills to present a business plan. A great entrepreneur must be able to effectively communicate, sell, focus, learn, and strategize. An ability to continuously learn is not just a key entrepreneurial skill, but also a very valuable life skill. Growing a business requires a sound strategy based on inherent business sense and skills. When you fail, you learn. When you fail, you learn what works and what doesn't. Venture capitalists have been known to invest in entrepreneurs that have undergone multiple entrepreneurial failures. For some, an entrepreneur who has never experienced failure is untested and has not learned from adversity. Entrepreneurs boost economic growth by introducing innovative technologies, products, and services. Entrepreneurs provide new job opportunities in the short and long term. Entrepreneurial activity raises the productivity of firms and economies. You've just learned all the wrong ways toward that particular success, as Edison did with his 10,000 wrong attempts. Every lesson learned, every failure is a movement in the right direction. Failure spawns creativity, motivation, and tenacity. The more often you navigate failure successfully, the stronger and more resilient you become. All of these lessons eventually build your level of confidence and self-esteem. Failure can also teach you many important lessons about other people. Redefine it. You've got to redefine failure. Analyze it. You can't learn from a mistake or failure without taking the time to dissect it and determine what exactly went wrong. Something important too is apply lessons learned. Move on. Expect greatness. The researchers found that after a failed experience, improvement takes place when we focus on both correct and erroneous actions. Focusing on what we did correctly can soften the blow from the information on what we did not do so well. After a successful experience, we learn best from focusing on what we did wrong. All right, entrepreneurial. The essence of entrepreneurial: new and improved products, services, or technology. What are the 5 P's of entrepreneurship? Traits common to successful entrepreneurs: risk taker, disciplined, learner, self-aware, decisive, services or technology for entrepreneurs. Main types of entrepreneurships and get inspired. Let's talk about the first block here in blue. The essence of entrepreneurial behavior is identifying opportunities and putting useful ideas into practice. The set of tasks called for by this behavior can be accomplished by either an individual or a group, and typically requires creativity, drive, and a willingness to take risks. New and improved products, services of technology from entrepreneurs enable new markets to be developed and new wealth to be created. Additionally, increased employment and higher earnings contribute to better national income in the form of higher tax revenue and higher government spending. So, what are the 5 P's of entrepreneurship? Based on my entrepreneurial experience as a millennial, success in business requires 5 P's: persistence, patience, purpose, people, and profits. Now let's talk about the second block here that you can see about the traits common to successful entrepreneurs. They are hard workers. Building the growing a business is no walk in the park. Hard worker. They are hard workers, sorry. They are goal-oriented. All successful entrepreneurs has started as a struggling startup with big goals. They are self-motivated. Only the driven are able to finish the race and win in life. They are risk takers. They are disciplined. They are learners. They are self-aware, and they are decisive, as I have been told you before. In the third block here, we have the new and improved products that I have told you, services or technology. Additionally, increased employment and higher earnings contribute to better national income in the form of higher tax revenue and higher government spending. All right, now we're going to see the main types of entrepreneurship to get inspired. In addition to the type of individual entrepreneurship, which includes informal businesses to famous franchising, we highlight a few more types of entrepreneurship. You need to have passion, creativity, motivation. Corporate entrepreneurship or intrapreneurship. And the characteristics and skills needed in this case are the same. The difference in that intrapreneurship does not take on business risks. Gmail, Google allows employees to dedicate part of their time to create individual projects, stimulating corporate entrepreneurship. Business entrepreneurship. It is associated with the creation of new companies. It is normal for entrepreneurship to have a certain degree of risk associated. Here in Brazil, we have the example of cacao show and industry of chocolate. We have a Largo shop, and Overland. Here are the 10 behaviors shared by unstoppable entrepreneurs. They plan their day in advance. They get proper nutrition and exercise. They position themselves to serve. They set clear goals. They take calculated risks. They know their strengths and their weaknesses. They hire A-team players, and they are constantly learning. Let's go to the next part. So there is a very important role for entrepreneurs to spark economy development by starting new businesses, creating jobs, and contributing to improvement in various key goals such as GDP, exports, standard of life, skills development, and community development. The advantages of entrepreneurship are learning to see possibilities everywhere. When you have to rely on yourself and your imagination in order to generate income, this awareness goes with the territory. You need to define, it's important to define in your income. Who decides how much you are going to get paid? Flexibility in your schedule. You can enjoy your work and you can learn to be in the moment. There are 4 distinct types of entrepreneurial organizations. We have small businesses, scalable startups, large companies, and social entrepreneurs. So, how to undertake successfully? The best business ideas are born at the intersection of passion, skills, strategic thinking, and timing. A scalable startup takes an innovative idea and searches for a scalable and repeatable business model that will turn into a high-growth, profitable company. Not just big, but huge. It does that by entering a large market and taking share away from incumbents, or by creating a new market and growing it rapidly. Software, blogs, podcasts like YouTube, digital designs and downloads, courses, subscriptions, rental properties, investing. With a market capitalization of $1.6 trillion as of April 2020, Saudi Aramco was the world's largest company in 2020. Rounding out, the top 5 were some of the world's most recognizable tech brands, like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Google's parent company. While there is no formal definition of social enterprise, it is usually defined as a commercially viable organization focused on benefiting the public rather than shareholders or owners. This can mean anything from helping alleviate conditions for people living in poverty to protecting the environment. Hint, it's not money. What motivates an entrepreneur? Problem solving. We have the product. The most common impetus for an invented product or service is that it solves a problem an entrepreneur is having. Creativity, ego, community, challenge, money, aesthetics. Inventing brand new solutions to existing problems. Then we have here some important points that are successful. Traits of successful entrepreneurs you should develop: motivation, creativity, persuasiveness, trust. You have to have vision, partnership, the cost, versatility, and risk tolerance. Had a soft skill, flexibility, and decisiveness. More characteristics that I need to talk about, that I need to talk about an entrepreneur. These people are passionate at the beginning. They are confident, they are planners, they are always on, never give up. 10 skills now you need to have as an entrepreneur. Time management, strategic thinking, efficiency, resilience, communication, networking, finance, curiosity. Great entrepreneurs are tasked to discover new problems, review potential niche opportunities, refactor their original business process, and innovate. Learning. Entrepreneurship-focused programs teach students crucial life skills that will help them navigate this uncertain future. These skills include problem solving, teamwork, empathy, as well as learning to accept failure as a part of the growth process. Here we have more characteristics to look for in entrepreneurs. Their personality traits, attitudes toward risk, and their goals and aspirations. Characteristics of entrepreneurs: drive and energy, self-confidence, high initiative and personal responsibility, internal locus of control, tolerance of ambiguity, low fear of failure, moderate risk-taking, and long-term involvement. The two main functions of entrepreneurs are, first, taking the risk of developing new products and services. And the second, successfully bringing new products and services into the marketplace. So first, you have to create some new habits if you want to be a successful people in the world. The first one is wake up early. The second is reading. Sacrifice the present for the future. Believe are responsible for their own destiny. Define goals, finances, and personal. Make money work for them. They create value for other people. Think in terms of abundance, not scarcity. Receive by results and not by time. Resilience, and in 11th, observation. I'm the one who makes my story. Let's talk about the first topic, that is wake up early. You need to establish a fixed schedule. Your body needs this information, not messing with the cell phone. Never leave to wake up too close to the time you might be late. Start the day by acting and not reacting. There is a saying that if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. Show yourself that you are alive. Then we read. Successful people are obsessed with knowledge. Read about finance, life stories, or successful people, marketing, innovation. This way, you will be seeing what other people have already done. If you are not developing, it's going down. Sacrifice the present for the future. You will need to say no for parties between friends, the beach, holidays, family, games, while everyone has been doing it. We will all have the same results because you have a young business vision. You need to go to other places, congresses, fairs, entrepreneurs, business events. If your journey started 10 years ago, second, the best time was yesterday, and the third is now. The more you work, the luckier you are. Believing that you are responsible for your destiny. From the movement, we are fully responsible for our lives. We claim the power to change. Take the responsibility for yourself. Don't wait for the government and the others. Set a financial and personal goal. If we don't know where we are going, we end up in a place that we didn't plan before. Make money work for them. Investing in assets and not in luxury items generate a steady income stream. Create value for other people. If you are not making someone else's life better, you are wasting your time. Will Smith said this. Thinking in terms of abundance, not scarcity. Wealth can be created. Everyone needs to earn is an interaction process. Successful people are concerned with adding forms of growth. Sarcastic minds live on crumbs and thinks that all the rich have stolen from the poor people. Receive by result, not by time. When people work for time, they want to extend their activities as much as possible to enjoy all the time. People who work as a result are not concerned with time. They want to deliver the best results possible as soon as they reach the length of the goals. Resilience. Continue, despite all adversities. Do not give up no matter what. Never give up. And if everything goes wrong, your story will be written at every moment in the smallest details. And leave it as, I live in an observation that I have told before. I am the one who makes my story. Is it necessary to observe? Why doesn't anyone say that? To succeed in this new information-based and highly technological society, people need to develop their capabilities in STEM to levels much beyond what was considered accepted in the past. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. STEM is important because it pervades every part of our lives. Science is everywhere in the world around us. Technology continuously expanding into every aspect of our lives. Engineering, the basic designs of roads and bridges, but also tackles the challenges of changing global weather and environmentally friendly changes to our home. Mathematics is in every occupation, every activity we do in our lives. Summary, idea look new, but let's talk about STM. In the first century, scientific and technological innovations have become important as we face the benefits and challenges of both globalization and based on economy. Summary, identify opportunities. The bigger the problem, the bigger your profitability will be. Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Find the problems. Profit is not only financial. Experience is the differential in everything. Develop your intelligence and creative power even if you are employed. The last reflections we are here, just in order to have some thoughts about 21.7 million people lost their jobs in the world in 2020. University need to induce the student to be an entrepreneur. Young people need to create jobs and innovate. When they do this, they are not doing their own business, but helping many families. Young people need to create jobs and don't look for a job. They need to produce sustainable business. Food production in your localities, like family production. Young people need to be trained to produce sustainable energy, water, sun, wind energy. Life is a play that does not allow rehearsals. So sing, cry, dance, laugh, and live intensely before the curtain closes and the play ends without applauses. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed my message here, and it's always a pleasure to share knowledge with you. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you, Professor Bizotto, of a wonderful deliberation. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Nupur for the question and answer session, and her remark on the presentation. Over to you, Dr. Nupur.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rudra. So the questions, am I clearly audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here are certain questions from Imran that no doubt an entrepreneurial mindset helps people to grow their economy, but how this could be possible for those who even don't have sufficient money for their survival? how they can invest on something when there is a risk of loss. At that time, according to which is right, to invest by taking risk or to buy food for the family? Is there any solution for these people in the entrepreneur world? So there is this question. Yes, there's this question. Then the next question, should I read out the next question? That's from the same person. What are the barriers to the development of entrepreneurship and innovation in current knowledge-based economy? Ma'am, I think you have muted yourself.
Hello, Professor Beatriz.
Sorry, I was with my mic off. I'm so sorry, okay, Dr. Nupur. You were asking me how a person can invest on something or create something when we don't have, when the person doesn't have any money even to buy food, right? That is the question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. It's very difficult, but now in these pandemic times, it was a time that we could see people who lost their jobs, who lost all the income they had, and they were able, I know that it's very difficult to say this when we don't have what to eat and the conditions are terrible, but they create forms, they create ways to survive. They were mainly here in Brazil, we could see a lot of creativity from people to find new ways to earn money. Because when you have someone, you have a family, you need to fight, you need to struggle to find a way, a new way to earn money, like we could see in these pandemic times. We have various cases here that are impressive, how people find ways to survive in a difficult crisis. So I think creativity is the first one, is the first topic you have to think.
Yes, ma'am. So this is the question, and we have a second question. How to encourage university students to choose social entrepreneurship as a career path after graduation? So that is another question.
Can you repeat, Dr. Nupur, please?
Yes, ma'am. It is, he has asked about how university students could choose, what are the encouragement things, how would a person be encouraged to study social entrepreneurship as a career path after graduation, like after he finishes his graduation level?
Perfect. I understood your question. I've been during many lectures about entrepreneurship in many parts, and I have been seeing so many projects inside universities that are in the area that I was telling about, that is STEM. They are creating projects inside the university, and they will be approved to be used after they finish the university as entrepreneurs. They start entrepreneurship inside the university, and they are motivated to do these new projects and to do this inside the university. So this is very important when you leave the university with your own project, innovating, solving problems for people. I think this is the path to follow.
Yes, ma'am. We have the last, I think this is the last question. What are the barriers on entrepreneurship? Like, nowadays, entrepreneurship is more overdone for impressing people, which is a great barrier on entrepreneurship. So, according to me, instead of worrying about people, how can we give a solution to the problem? So that is what ma'am has asked.
The barriers of entrepreneurship?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
I think we can start by the money, right? For entrepreneurship, you need to have money. Everybody thinks like that. But as I have been studying and I have been speaking, if you have a different and innovative and a great idea that can help the others to solve their problems or a specific problem, you will probably find somebody, a partnership, someone to help you to to make the entrepreneurship works. This is the main problem, and people usually when they fail in the first attempt to entrepreneurship to entrepreneur, they usually give up because they think they are losers because they couldn't do their first business go well. But this is not right. The attempt is very, very important because you learn a lot with your mistakes. I am an example of that because I tried to have a business once and it failed. And I learned so much with all those things. And today, I think I am very much more successful because of that. So again, I need to tell you that creativity and innovative ideas can break the barriers of entrepreneurship. This is my opinion.
Yes, ma'am. We have another question that is from Manisha. What are the major determinants of entrepreneurship development and instruments for activating the entrepreneurship in the SME sector under interventionist anti-crisis socio-economic policy programs used to accelerate the process of economic recovery from the economic recession of 2021 caused by the COVID pandemic? So this is the question. Yes, ma'am. This is the question from there.
Dr. Nupur, yes, sorry, is the question for me?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Yes, ma'am. It's all about the determinants for entrepreneurship development, and usually in times of pandemic, what could be the programs for developing something with the way of entrepreneurship to solve the pandemic related issues like social crisis or other economic recovery things. So that is the question, ma'am.
Oh, okay. 1 second, please. I think in these times of pandemic, like crisis and all, I think the most important tip is a circular economy. It's a very important topic. When you are going to use the things you have and you reuse, recycle, resell, you are going to use these things to do something new and to have your income. I think circular economy is something sustainable and can bring a lot of help in these times, in these difficult times.
Yes, ma'am. I think these are the questions only.
Yeah.
We don't have any other questions.
Thank you so much, Professor Bizotto, for a very fantastic and very insightful deliberation. I would like to just brief it some more questions. I would like to know from you, what is your on your ideas for non-profiting marketing? Non-profit marketing, and second, how could you relate these entrepreneurial issues in terms of new arena of business, so-called social entrepreneurship is concerned? When we are talking about social entrepreneurship, then you must have avoid the profitability as concerned. without profit, how do you go for a business? That is a model for trendsetters, for upcoming youngsters, and those are getting into involve the ideas of market. And every market should be need a vibrant productivity related to their product, how to sell their idea in terms of social marketing. What is your ideas on social marketing and social entrepreneurship as concerned past?
Yeah. Quantas ideias, né? As I told before about circular economic, and you said about social marketing, it is very important to teach young people how to reuse things in order to create something new. So you are not going to spend, if you don't have money, this can be a path for you to earn money. So this is very important for the planet and for everybody. So if you have some clothes that you don't use, you can create something, you can sell it, you have to be innovative, you have to be creative. This is the important part. And as I told before, solving problems that nobody nobody thought yet. If you have a difficulty, you have to think about how can I solve this problem for a client, for a person. So these are the main things that I think about entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
My second question for you, ma'am. What is your own ideas about SWOT, SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threaten? When you go to the market, you first find out the solution of the SWOT. I know you are a very brilliant student of marketing and entrepreneurship, and you could rightly mention about SWOT. Without SWOT theory, how could you perceive this new marketing analysis?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Are you getting? Yeah. What is your ideas on SWOT? SWOT. Strength. Are you listening?
Strength. Yes. Strength.
Yeah.
Weaknesses.
Yeah. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threaten. The SWOT analysis. The theory called SWOT.
Just a second, please. Yeah. Bom, I think let's talk about our strengths first. And I think strength is about sharing knowledge with the others and to be around people who knows about the topic you want to know. Okay, you need to be next to people who already want what you want to have. So you are going to learn a lot. The weaknesses are a problem because some people just can identify weaknesses after starting a business. So that is a big problem, right? Because after starting, you need to move on, you need to make money. So that's why it's very important to have self-aware. When you know yourself and study a lot about what you are going to do, what are the possibility, what are the statistics about it. So you need to be prepared to do something. You need to overcome your weaknesses before you start something. So I think prevent is the best thing, all right? Then you have the O that I don't remember what is it, if you can repeat for me.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. My last question for you. When you talked about the marketing as concern and you rightly mentioned about the 5P, when you rightly mentioned about 5P, I'm just add to invention new marketing policy as concern, the paradoxical policy related to market and related to content and fast and profit as second. What is your ideas on self-confidence, commitment, patience, and dedication? These are most impressive things to do business, or your 5P is more efficiency for do great business? What you showed in
I think your question is much related to soft skills, right?
Yeah.
I think soft skills are very important nowadays, and I think they must be spread at schools.
Madam, sorry. I just want to interpret something. You are talking about soft skill or communication is more important?
Yeah, no, I'm saying about what you said about self-confidence, these things. But I think this all can start with soft skills at schools. When you work this with children, when you start this when you are young, you can start having more self-confidence, more self-awareness, and this is very important for you, okay? And you have to motivate children to create their own projects, their own things, to be successful, to understand better what are their goals in life, to not to be lost in the middle of the path. Do you understand? When you have a right direction by the teachers, you can have more confidence, and you can know what you are, where are you going, okay? What do you want? What are my goals? This is what you need to know before going to an university. So that's why soft skills are so important and are related to what you asked me. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much for your brilliant answers, madam. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Please, Dr. Nupur, please go for the concluding remark.
Yeah, so thank you, Rudra. So first of all, I would like to thank Professor Beatriz for coming all the way and giving a wonderful deliberation over here. Ma'am, you have spoken really very well. You have been very inspiring over here, because here are the students, the scholars and faculty members from different places. They have come here. So I think, ma'am, you have said about the entrepreneurial mind and challenges. With the thing also, you have said about the social entrepreneurship. Socially, how we have been connected, or socially how things are going on. And first of all, I would like to say that your words, like you have said a lot of quotes, a lot of inspirational words, but from there I have the word that I like the most is one, everybody here might be liking that thing. I am the one who makes the story. So this is clearly very inspirational. Like an entrepreneur is somebody, entrepreneurial mind is something where they have to make the most of the opportunities, overcome, learn about the setbacks, and succeed in variety of settings. So that is what, ma'am, you have said very excellently, or a brilliant deliberation that you have given to all of us. I think women to men, women, but women are inspired most by your deliberation today. As being a woman entrepreneur, developing an entrepreneurial mind is really a great thing. So it has been really very empowering, ma'am, today. You have said about this particular things, the entrepreneurial mind and the challenges. And you have also talked about the entrepreneurship and the gender equality, where we could have this particular thing. And there are many habits of successful people, the tips that you have given to all of us, the certain tips that we could follow. So I think, ma'am, it's really wonderful and empowering you over here and empowering all of us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your excellent deliberation.
Thank you, Dr. Nupur. Now we are going to conclude the session with a formal vote of thanks. I would like to thank Dr. Beatriz for joining with us far away from Brazil. Ma'am, your interesting and thought-provoking deliberation will be definitely help to our scholars and the upcoming entrepreneurs who have want to do something new in his life. Definitely, it is very fruitful for us. Thank you. And now I would like to thank the director of CARD, Dr. Vikram Kesari Jena, and I'd like to thank Director of Indian Institute of Management, Dr. Mahadev Jaiswal, and the Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Odisha, Professor Dr. I. Ramarunham, and another important personality behind us, Dr. S.K. Palita, the Dean of Biodiversity, Central University of Odisha, and the convener of this August conference, Professor Dr. Chandi Prasad Nanda, and eminent philanthropist and policy analyst Charudar Panigrahi, and our logistic team this August conference, Professor Shubham Das, Professor Samima, Dr. Nupur Patnaik, Professor Kamal Prasad Mahanti, and Professor Ghanshyam Giri. I would like to thank all and our participants with us to support us. Thank you all to join us today. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you all. The meeting is concluded now. Thank you, ma'am.